The United States collapsed in the 2020s, and 50 new countries were added to the world. The states of Maine and Louisiana are very different, and are very far away from each other. And many of you all might think I am crazy for doing a video on this, but the two states, both French inhabited, have a lot in common. Maine, for instance, is bordered with one state, New Hampshire, and is the only US state to be bordered with one state. Maine felt they were too rural and needed to expand, but they were getting on good terms with New Hampshire, and the two agreed to team up to resist communist Vermont. Instead, Maine decided to become a colonial empire to expand their influence at the Atlantic Ocean. Massachusetts highly supported this idea because the idea that New England would be united soon meant New England would also have some colonies around the former USA. The Mainers wanted New Orleans, mainly because the French Acadians fled Maine during the French and Indian War to New Orleans, and there Maine had some ethnic people from their state there. Not to mention they are mostly French and Canadians. Knowing how Louisiana would respond if they asked for New Orleans, they decided to launch a surprise attack on July 1st, 2030. That day, Mainers deployed their ships and aircraft and headed down the Atlantic Ocean. They decided to set up a naval base in the middle of the Atlantic so troops could prepare and rest before the invasion. And on the 7th, Maine attacked, shelling and bombing the city of New Orleans. The Louisianans responded, and they shoot down a couple of Maine's military planes. Some recalled it was like the attack on Pearl Harbor all over again, because this time in New Orleans. Millions of New Orleaners died that day, and it's all just motivated Louisianans to keep on fighting. Mainers decided to strike the southern coast of Louisiana, and they even threatened Baton Rouge. Neighboring Mississippi was furiated on Maine's attack on their ally, and they began to shell down Maine's warplanes and battleships in the area. However, the Mainers were too equipped and were supplied by New England states like Connecticut and Massachusetts. They landed in New Orleans by the 10th, and they quickly advanced. On the 13th, all of New Orleans was occupied by Mainer troops. Louisiana embarrassingly surrendered to Maine. New Orleans would become a port of Maine. Port of New Orleans, or Port New Orleans, would be established, and Maine, in return, would give them some autonomy. There, New Orleans was rebuilt, and a more liberal government was established under Maine's liberal government. Louisiana was furiated with the invasion, and so was the rest of the former United States, and this would put a negative impact in New England, as many watched desperately as Connecticut and Massachusetts fought a war over this unification.